Warning. Elements of real-world religion are used in this podcast to serve the purposes of a work of fiction. They are to drive the drama forward and are not intended to be taken as a statement of opinion by the players. Thank you for listening.
You arrive back at the camp where everyone is still asleep. Your watch shift is barely begun. Maybe an hour and a half into like a 4.5
Is it
hour
still
shift.
raining Carmine?
It is raining like massively.
Alright.
Just pouring heavy rain. Big drops of rain.
Levi sits and meditates upon the words that he just heard, knowing that, and after saddling up his horse. Yeah, you get the idea.
Yep. The rest of your shift passes without a hitch. Who's watching next?
I'll take a watch. I only need short rests.
Your turn, Jed.
Yep. Pull over, like, I don't know, a bit of stump or something right underneath the left foot of the skeleton.
First, I want to
it's
take a break.
dangling out of my periphery.
Yeah, it's you actually found like a big rock that you can sort of roll over there. The ground underneath the area is dry enough you can push it without sinking into the mud.
And I'm just gonna sit, light up a cigar, keep myself warm, and just like he said, collar up, hat down, and out of the rain.
Big rain blanket or something. Yeah.
Shotgun, like sort of like it's across my lap, but it's half in, half out of the jacket to keep the cartridge dry. And
So the horses are sleeping. Things are fairly quiet. The storm continues to rumble overhead. The constant rumbling of lightning is a little bit unnerving when you're taking a watch because you can't hear if there's anyone around on different sides. But time passes and what feels like an eternity goes by before the dawn light seems to start to shine through the back end of this storm. And you start to think that maybe it's the storm clouds are blowing out. You might actually get a little bit of sunlight today. And the evening passes. The clouds slightly disperse.
I want to kind of wake up before everybody else does, because I'm supposed to be on watch. And
Yeah.
I might have started myself to being awake because I
So, like,
realized I fell asleep on my watch.
Did you fall asleep during his watch and wake up during mine?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. And I'm like, oh, damn it.
Well,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fall asleep like that. Watch shifted, came and went, and I missed it.
first lesson about keeping watch, boy. Don't fall asleep.
Man, I tried. I just couldn't. I don't know. I was reading Doc's book, and I just kind of fell asleep.
Miss Temperance told you needed to sleep, didn't she?
Yeah, but I should be able to pull my weight. I ain't nothing but the load right now, and I need to do more.
Well, you're doing just fine, but you ought best listen to Miss Temperance. She knows better about children than she lets on.
Well, I ain't gonna be a children not much longer.
No, that's true. So no more falling asleep on watch, you hear?
All right.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. Well, I'll sit up with you for the rest of it.
That sounds fine.
And I sit like a few feet from you in as much of the exact same pose as I can possibly manage. I don't have a rifle, but I do it with like a stick or something.
The remainder of your watch passes.
We're in this is real dangerous country, ain't it? This ain't like anywhere we've been before, is it? This is all got frog people and giant skeletons. This ain't good.
It's a rough. It's a rough spot, but
You ever been in country like this before?
once or twice.
I hope we live through it.
You keep to yourself and let the world keep to it. Most of the time, you try not to get involved. You won't be involved.
Look at that big thing hanging there, and I'm just thinking this is going to squash me if it was alive.
What's that sign say?
Well, it's a coward, but I ain't exactly too brave in its presence, I'll tell you.
But you ain't no coward. I've known cowards. You ain't it. One thing you don't have to worry about. You'll never be hung for a coward.
What will I be hung for?
Well.
No, we don't have to dwell on that. we can talk about that later.
Each man's got only one choice in their life, Gideon. What it is they're willing to go out of it for. You ain't gonna go out choosing to be a coward.
So, I don't know if you remember, but apparently there's some men that's after me. Will you, I'll help you with your, Mr. Whoever.
Guthrie.
Mr. Guthrie. If you'll help me against whoever these men are that want me back. They ain't gonna get me alive, I tell you.
Oh, that there sounds like a square deal.
And then,
Get you on to bed. I got a few more hours left.
alright.
A few hours pass without incident. Just a little bit of light peeks out, gray through the clouds overhead. You get that sort of muted, not quite yellow light that barely makes its way through the cloud cover. Just this overcast, kind of crummy day. You mount up in the morning, and your horses have slept through the night, which is probably more important than the rest of you sleeping through the night because they actually do work.
Yeah.
So
Important for me sleeping through the night. I had exhaustion.
true story. You if you got a long rest, you didn't have to do a watch shift. You lose your exhaustion.
Right.
Just for you get on board your horses. Now boarding horse party. Table of 5. 6 party.
We mount the horses.
And you start riding along. The path that you're taking leaves these sort of crumbling aretes and flowing streams of flash flood water to get to higher ground. Into higher ground, and it sort of goes up these little windy paths through these maybe 80 to 100 foot high little rises and drops. Just little ripples of terrain.
I assume Levi is not talking about his evening.
No. He reckons, why would you even believe him?
There is eventually a wide stretch of mountain terrain between you and where you're headed, to which Mary is familiar that there is basically one reasonable mountain path that goes through it. Trying to go around the other ways, you wind up actually having to scale vertically. Mary knows that there is an area that is very wide east to west, that really there's one reasonable place to cross it. There's a winding mountain path that goes through it. And to go further east or further west is a thing you could do, but the climbs become very vertical, and you actually need rappelling gear and pitons and rope.
I have that.
Serious
all that.
question. Can you define Aerate for me? I don't know it.
An area is a rocky rise where two forms of terrain meet like this and rise up.
Okay.
Like my hands are doing. And sometimes one
So it's-
rises more than the other, and it sort of overhangs.
So it's too
Which is
steep
where
and
you were
rocky
camping.
to get up
Yeah.
on horseback.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Usually they're more shallow than the 80 to 100 feet I'm talking about right now, but this is Utah we're talking about, and everything is rocks. But yeah, there's basically like a major mountain path that goes through it.
So the path then.
On with it.
The path.
Let's do it.
Alright. You find that your horses are having a minor amount of trouble with the path. It's narrow, it's winding, the terrain is uneven,
We can
and
take it slower if we need to.
that's exactly what you have to do. Basically. You're leading them at a very gentle trot. They can't gallop up this side, and you'd probably kill them if you tried, because it's very vertical, and you're finding they exert themselves. Very quickly. Just trying to make a vertical headway. It's a lot of animal being lifted up with people on its back, so it struggles. After some distance is made up, you actually see that there is a spattering of blood that is on some of the rocks up here. You see that it's still cold enough that in the night you're getting little like clumps of frost and things like that underneath where the water cannot reach. And you see there's some frost and just some speckling of blood.
How fresh does it look?
Give me a survival check. Also, for funsies, what is your favorite enemy?
Humanoids.
Cool.
22.
Investigation? Can you repeat that?
Investigation's also appropriate.
22.
22 is bang.
Sounds like I won't need it, but 4.
Your guide, thankfully, is good at this. And what you were able to determine is that it's very fresh. Probably as fresh as the last 12 hours or so.
Ooh.
Jinkies.
Any idea on what it's from? Like, is it a lot, or is it just like something got cut and it's splayed, or is it like?
It's a splatter. It's not like a pool. So something that was sort of haphazardly traversing the area, maybe?
You know what this is, Miss Temperance?
What?
This is bad.
Oh!
Okay.
Are there any
He said
footprints
his
Catchphrase.
tagline.
in said frosty
Say
bits
the
that are not
line,
melting?
Gideon.
Well,
What was the question?
are there any like footprints or
Actually, no.
claws or interesting? We know about flying winged lizards.
Is there any sort of directionality to it? Is it something that was going past and it was sort of like triangulated like that?
Give me an investigation check, which is investigation for French. French
Law
for
investigation.
Hard to say. It's a big splatter of blood.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna make sure that I point it out to everyone and say, "Be on your guard. Predators are about."
I will be on my guard.
This is
Because there
showing
are
some.
predators about.
This is showing some telltale signs of what I saw. Huh?
Maybe.
Tracks suddenly disappearing.
Maybe.
Yeah. Funny thing, I wouldn't have the slightest idea how to track this thing, so I don't say anything.
Can I get a marching order?
I'll go in front.
I'd probably be in front with
Be
you,
near the
so-
front
so-
because good survival.
So the two of you at the front?
Yeah, I'll be near the front to help out Mary.
And I'll be in rear guard, and we'll put the woman and the child in the middle.
I was going to say, do you have your own horse?
I
Wanna
think
be up front?
Yeah, we all
so.
have our own horses.
We
at
all
this
have
point.
our, including him,
Sure,
or
yes.
is he doubling up with someone?
Good question. I don't know.
I missed that.
Are they on the same horse?
Well, normally I ride with Doc, but I think in this country it's creeping me out, so I'm going to ride with Temperance, if that's all right.
The question was if we all have our own horse.
Yeah,
No.
I forgot we're on horses on foot, so it'll be
One horse
it'll
short.
be Mary, Levi, me. Then,
Mary,
Yeah, 'cause,
Levi, you.
then
Gideon can't
Gideon,
handle horse.
Gideon and Temperance,
And
then
And
Jed in
then
the
Jed
back.
is...
Oh wait, we have like Homeboy with us too. We're,
Oh, and Homeboy. We're in a wagon. We have a wagon.
You do
Oh,
a wagon.
Shit.
We have a fuck wagon.
Whose horses
my
are attached to the
God.
wagon?
Well, the two workhorses, two of the workhorses that we purchased probably would be.
So it's not Jed's horse. That's going to be probably Temperance's horse and probably Levi's horse.
mine's a riding
So
horse
we're
as well.
in the wagon, I guess?
Makes sense.
yeah. You, Gideon, and Homeboy in the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to abbreviate him as H.
Fly.
It's Milton.
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 Homeboy
No,
Milton.
the homeboy.
Jim Milton.
Home Slice Milton.
My first guess was Clyde. I was
Milton
gonna follow
Clyde.
with Inky,
It's
Pinky.
Thrill
That's a good one.
So if I'm riding with Milton, I have this vision of like a 10-year-old kid just endlessly telling him stories and shit. That's probably boring. Probably driving him up the
And then we killed a
goddamn
marshal?
wall. Yeah.
Either that or we just hear, why? Why? Why is that?
And then
Why
what?
would you do that?
Then we killed a marshal. He hid from the Pinkertons.
We burned down his house. Oh shit, I wasn't supposed to talk about that.
Then we burned down a different house.
And then we burned down the other temple, and then we burned down some other tents, and then we
And I saw angels.
And we burned them down.
And Milton jumps out of the cart and runs into the night.
bashes his head against a tree.
Alright, Kara.
But at any rate, yes, I'm at the back.
It was a long way to get to the
Shut
marshal.
up, man. It's just all good. There's a whole bottle of knob in there.
Willikers.
A knob load of fiction.
Alright.
Nobbins and wagons.
There's knobs and jugs.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
I'm
about
so
that.
sad that I lived that long to hear that.
Oh, goblin.
The front of the party, Mary and Doc.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Levi.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
In order.
Levi's horse is currently pulling the wagon. Is Levi on foot?
I'd probably be on foot, honestly. Like, making sure you guys weren't.
Yeah. That's fine. We could be walking our horses on foot.
What are your passive perception scores, everybody?
Not great.
Ew, I
Everybody or just them?
have a 10.
I'll have you know that I have an 11. Good
Miss
sir.
Mary.
Wow, mine's actually good.
Yours is actually banging, yeah.
Yeah.
Guide.
You see a large animal shank. Blood pouring out of it. Looks partially digested.
Pull out my bow.
It wasn't
Immediately knock an arrow.
There's
not
quite
an arrow.
a pool of blood around this piece of an animal, and when you get close enough
What's the
to
matter,
identify the meat, this is part of a horse.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Like a horse
Oh.
of a carriage of
Oh.
the guy we knew once.
Oh shit.
Not deer, horse.
Immediately just give you the look, and then look at it, and then look back at you.
So how far is it?
So totally silent.
60 feet.
And it's currently being eaten.
It's like the shank of a horse. It's not currently being eaten, but it's obviously somebody's chewed on it.
Okay.
This is
Like it
bad.
has been.
Okay.
Well,
Time to deal with this.
do a pulse. It's a new day, so new pulse.
Okay? You detect nothing of celestial, fiendish, or undead
Neat.
mayhem.
We should pull the best fighters and try to nip this in the bud.
It's just the haunch of the horse. The predators mustn't be nearby. Do you see it?
Not yet.
You know what it is?
So that's fresh. We would probably have to get a lot closer to see the teeth mark on the haunch to identify it.
Didn't Milton say it's something about a flying lizard? Do you know about any flying lizards around here?
How much do I know about flying lizards around here?
Nature check, very high DC.
10!
No.
Almost.
They exist.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Levi will step forward and just keep doing the dodge action as he approaches.
Okay. You're just going to try and play tank. You're not going to try and sneaky.
Do you want someone to be sneaky about this?
Always.
'Cause it's
Well,
not
then
Levi.
I'm not the one. As
I mean-
he shakes the plates on her like.
I will
Are
start,
you-
I
are
will
you
start
quiet one?
sneaking quite-ish.
So, let's...
To give you a eyeball of this, it's a winding mountain path. It's been sort of swaying back and forth like this for a while. And you're coming around a bend where it's going to the left. You can clearly see it's going to bend to the right. And the haunch is right, like basically the corner where the bend is. So you can see it out in the open, and you know the path goes beyond that. But you
Is
can't see
it
anything
possible to traverse the terrain that is not the path?
by climbing up and over and making a lot of noise.
Neat. I don't do that.
Okay, good choice.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I guess we tell
I'll
the
just-
carriage to stay, or
yeah.
not the carriage, but the cart to stay here.
Yeah.
I'll try to,
Mary has
I'll,
no
I'll try
faith
to
in-
be
Mhm.
as quiet as I can.
The people in the cart to actually be useful in a fight because...
Homeboy
of-
Milton is happy to babysit the cart.
But also because of the stereotypes.
For the sake of role playing and just to make it a general observation, that probably won't help us in combat. Can I make a nature roll on this haunch
Sure.
of meat?
You sure can. From 60 feet out, that better be a better, awesome, good roll.
Haunch it.
Not very good.
No,
Never
it
mind,
looks
actually,
like a
no.
haunch of a horse. Horse haunch.
I see nothing.
So can we try to, like, stealth up? Stealth up and see if we can figure out if this was, like, from 5 minutes ago or 5 hours ago?
Yeah, let's get up there.
Alright.
I
I'll
will try
cover
to,
you.
I will try to move stealthily.
Cover.
Okay.
I like cover.
Stealth rolls from people who are going up.
Oh dear.
Oh, Lord, take my inspiration. Roll that again, Mary.
Not the same time.
Also,
Natural 20.
From a 1 to a 20.
That's a 26 stealth.
The horse giveth, and the horse taketh away.
And I'm
Thank
covering
you.
her with a shotgun.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
I like shotguns.
12 for stealth.
You get closer and closer, and you step on some skittering gravel chunks.
Some scree.
Yep. Down the side.
I know, but what the fuck?
Yeah. You're getting closer to the horse, and you're actually a pretty good distance ahead of Doc at this point. You start to get a pretty good idea of like what's going on with this horse. And it definitely has been chewed on. Something has feasted on the vast majority of this horse, and this has been left out as sort of a basic predator trap. Which you realize when you're about 8 feet away from it, and you start to hear skittering bits of rock from about 15 feet behind you.
From this guy?
Yeah. And you hear the sound of shifting weight and bulk and scale from one of the little like cave side entrances that appears to be part of this path.
Alright, immediately do some sort of hand signal so Doc stops moving. Duck down.
Doctor Strange.
I stop moving.
And then I'm gonna just mosey on my way back to the rest of everybody else and bring him with me.
Okay.
And then basically say, this is a trap, this is an ambush that some creature has set up. So we can either go around a way that we can't possibly do with the people you have and the things you have, or we deal with this right here, right now.
I said a lot of us stand right here. You go clanking up the hill, make some noise. Whatever it is comes out, we shoot the hell out of it.
As long as I'm not in the volley.
I think you can trust all of our marksmanship at this point.
I've had my back to you before. Why not now? Let's do it.
That's our game plan.
That's our game plan.
Hey,
Charge.
Doc, hey, Doc. Do you think it's time? And I pull out the 6-shooter he gave me.
If you feel comfortable, hell yeah.
It's all I can do.
How many holes is Levi gonna have?
when you say it's all you can do, I sort of shoot you a look.
And I just go, I don't know.
Okay.
All right, kid.
Cool.
Great.
All right, I will.
Homeboy, you stay in the wagon.
I got you.
I'll begin to step forward using the strategy I mentioned. I will also use Shield of Faith today for 10 minutes of +2 AC.
So you're shield the faithing, dodge actioning, and slowly advancing up the hill to make noise.
Yeah, moving 30 feet ahead. Yeah.
And we will all hold ready a
Attack action.
with ranged weapons.
All right. All parties are preparing for an ambush, so nobody's surprised.
Yeah.
Initiative.
Because I'm never.
I'm actually going to stay on the wagon if I can.
I got a 7.
Oh, I get advantage on initiative
hey.
rolls?
All the time for
That's so
You're
cool!
probably gonna beat me for a chance.
Ooh, sure, 17.
Yeah, I'm 14.
Terrible. Why do y'all have advantage?
I do, because I'm a
She's
ranger.
ranger.
Didn't
She
you- oh.
always gets advantage.
I don't know why I just rolled advantage. I just
'Cause
heard
I
the
got
word
excited
advantage.
about it. Because I got excited because I've never played a ranger before.
Ambush inside the cave.
Yeah. Cave bush.
Ooh, here doesn't want a
Bush
cave
cave.
bush.
16.
I got a 7.
Well, everybody goes before Jed for a change of pace.
Yeah,
Nope.
seems appropriate. All right.
My favorite fight song.
Yes. At the top of the batting order, Temperance, you are first to react when you see this creature come skittering out of the cave and go immediately after Levi.
What's it look
It
like?
is a creature of rippling muscle and flesh covered in scales. It is possibly as wide as 15 feet from shoulder to shoulder,
Jesus.
with a long tail covered in a barbed stinger.
Ooh.
And it's coming from me.
Yep.
Cool.
And it's reptilian.
Oh, yeah.
I take a shot at one of its eyes.
Okay.
Ooh. Eyeballs.
So that is a 23.
23 is going to hit this creature.
Is it adjacent to Levi?
You're at the top of the initiative order, so totally, yeah.
Sneaky.
All right. You sneak it right in the sneak zone.
Delicious.
So that is
Lordy.
12 points of damage to its eye zone.
All right, yeah, you blast this thing and you realize that its hide is so thick that the bullet barely penetrates. Like, you hit part of the skull up here near the temple, and, like, some scales fleck off and blood comes out, and you clearly rattle the skull, but it just shakes its head and looks at you. Next up is it.
Ooh, the clown, Pennywise?
We all float down here,
You
Georgie.
all shoot down here!
It kills Gideon.
Because it's
As
kills
Joe
children,
would.
that's what it does.
It rips Gideon's arm off.
No, actually, it is immediately disturbed by Temperance firing a bullet at it. It flies up to 80 feet, so it just flies to Temperance.
Oh, hi.
Attack of opportunity.
410?
Yeah, Levi gets one attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
410 if it's going to roll in its
Oh,
It's
I
gonna
got,
take
I
that.
got an 18 to hit.
It'll strike it.
Temperance, look out! And it
We
rolls
don't
a
all
5.
we don't all get our held
So it's going to be 6
ranged actions, right? Okay.
6 slashing. Excuse me, piercing.
6 piercing, you got it. Alright, Paul, I have a very important
Temperance,
question
look
for you.
out!
Do you want it to be from the first attack or the second?
The first, because I'm a child and I don't know what death is.
Great. So the bite attack is a total of 12 against AC.
Misses.
Okay. The sting, on the other hand, from its whipping, lashing, barbed tail, is a 12 also.
Misses.
How fortunate for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Fortune.
You just wiggle your skilled hips.
Yeah.
And
These
All right.
hips do not lie.
So,
Get him.
I'm assuming that I am not proficient in firearms.
Correct.
So is that disadvantage?
No, it's you don't get proficiency mod on attacks.
So I just don't get the my
I'll
bonus.
get a +2.
So it's just like a straight up
Just straight
D20.
up dex.
Woo! I rolled an 18.
That actually hits.
18.
Do you have disadvantage though because it's in melee with you?
It's not melee with Matsubi. It's only currently melee with Temperance.
I never did write down the damage of this thing.
Oh, you used your thing against it when it
I'm
was attacking
using. I'm
her.
basically shooting it with the gun. You
No,
told me
but
I shoot.
His wizard thing, yeah.
Yeah, the portent. I
Yeah.
used the portent.
Is it flying right now?
It is currently flying.
So what? I don't know what the damage is. I never wrote it down.
was this one of the
1d6
big
plus
ones or the
dex.
little ones. Yeah, D6 plus dex.
So I only get the D6. I don't get my dex. because
still
I'm
get
not
dex.
proficient. Oh, I still get that.
Yeah.
Still good dex.
7.
It's actually big damage.
Nice.
And I like to.
Good job,
I
kid.
don't know. This is. I like to cinematically think that I knock myself over when I shoot.
Totally, yeah.
Because it's the first time I've ever
Yeah,
used
you
it in
fire
combat.
it, the kick
Yeah,
knocks
well,
you
it's
on
the
your
first
ass.
time you've ever shot it when I wasn't like standing
Right,
behind
exactly
you.
right.
Like,
That's
keeping
exactly
you from
right. So
falling
I just
over.
ass over tea kettle.
That's fucking adorable.
Good shot, though. All right, Mary.
Nice shot.
It goes like
Yeah,
right
one in a
over your
million.
head.
I am going to shoot it with my bow. I might shoot it with my bow. A 20 to hit?
That's gonna hit it for sure.
Fantastic. That is 9 damage.
So all of a sudden, this arrow goes piercing into this goddamn thing.
Yeah.
It actually goes through part of the membrane of the wing, and it's flapping its wings and screeching out noises. And it's actually the sound is loud enough and high pitched enough that these stones are rumbling around you. And for movement purposes, everything around you is now difficult terrain.
That doesn't matter to me.
Nope, not to you. Is there anything else for you?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Jedediah, this thing goes like way over your head and then descends on Temperance like a bullet.
Can I use my movement to get within 10 feet of it?
You weren't in the lead of the party, right?
No, it's the rear.
Then you can definitely do that. Your horse can do that.
Okay. Then I will ride my horse right up to within 10 feet of it and unload both barrels of this shotgun.
Give me an animal handling check. See how your horse reacts to this.
Okay.
A lot
12.
of shoot gun.
Your horse is not a fan of this, so when you go to fire the gun, the horse is going to book it.
Okay. Alright, well, first shot. Letting that deter me.
Bam.
20.
Hits.
7 points of damage.
Rolling a metal d12 feels pretty good, doesn't it?
It does. It feels awesome.
All right.
Action surge. Shoot it again.
All right, with the other barrel.
Ooh, not so good. That is a 11.
Somebody inspire him.
Yeah, I'll smart.
Yeah. Inspires for guns.
Oh, that's cocked. It's also an 11. Fuck.
Damn. Oh well.
Thank you anyway. Sorry.
Dick dice.
And then your horse starts rapidly booking it. You're going to be about 40 feet away when the next turn begins.
Okay.
Levi.
All right. How far away is this thing from me now?
40 feet and everything's difficult terrain.
Yeah, that's fine. So I can move about 15 feet closer then.
Yeah, that's fair.
With taking that into account. That's good. That puts it into 25-foot range. So compelled duel. Get back here, you.
Is it wisdom based?
It is.
DC?
DC is based on my charisma, so I think I'll just roll, see what you get. So, DC 13.
Let's add another one of those critical fails to the pile.
Wow! Your dice are just not playing along.
No,
huh?
my dice just really want to kill Levi.
It's fair. And then again,
Well, they can still attack
Dodge.
other people, right? It just gets disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
so dodge action
Okay.
as I wait for it to approach.
The tank arrives.
And this is probably your first time seeing it. When he does this, his eyes go kind of a swirly green color. Come to me.
Doc.
I'm gonna do something totally out of character, and I'm gonna shoot it with sharpshooter.
What?
What? No.
That's not the Doc we know.
No.
Nice.
16.
It's
Neat.
Yeet.
mosquito.
Yeet.
17 points of piercing
Jesus.
damage.
What?
And
Sharpshooter.
then I'm going to action surge and shoot it again with sharpshooter. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not gonna hit. That's a 6.
That's a whiffa.
Yep. That's okay.
Trying not to. I'm really startling.
Yeah.
All right, compelled dual lens because he hit it.
Oh shit. Well.
Because I hit it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a mono thing.
That was the thing.
It's still good though.
Wouldn't stop me from shooting anyway.
Here's a lot of damage. Temperance, what do you have?
I have shooting it more.
Don't do that.
I have more bullets, is what I have.
No, I don't.
No.
Actually, I use inspiration
Okay.
for that shit. That's an 18.
Yeah, should we get there?
Snack attack.
Snack attack.
Snack attack on. Nice.
More Deca.
Yeah.
Mo Deca for
Oh, that's really
But
shitty. That is 6 points of damage.
it takes 6 points.
And, is it still trying to attack me?
Oh yeah.
I disengage.
Okay.
Run the F away.
Yeek!
Alright.
Yeah, you can disengage and then use your move to move 30 feet away.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you can
I-
fly.
I
so...
scoop.
Okay, yeah. Alright, it's decided now that Gideon is the nearest target.
Oh
Oh,
no.
And
no.
delicious.
I'm in the wagon on my back because I fell over.
Yeah, it's gonna descend on you. It like crumples part of the wagon as it descends down. It puts its feet down to like get leverage, and it goes to rip you apart with its claws.
Oh, that's dickish.
Gideon, how do you feel about a 10 on AC?
Oh, this is me.
The stinger whips around the side of this thing. That's a little better. 14.
That still misses me. Mage armor.
Woo! Oh,
Clever boy.
you're very thankful.
Yeet.
Yeah, and I'm just fucking screaming. I'm just screaming at this point.
He's just like
I don't want my vocal cords flying out.
ripping
my throat
out
right now,
bits
so
of
I'm not going
wood
to.
and screeching at you. And now
Help me,
it
help me!
is
Somebody shoot this thing!
Gideon. It's your turn.
Fuck!
I'll shoot this thing.
Oh shit! I just swore. Fuck, God damn it. I keep fucking swearing, and I shouldn't be fucking swearing all the fucking time.
Cut!
You hung around with Jedediah for one too many days.
Ah, shit, I gotta really wash my mouth around you little bastards. I mean poopy.
Gotta hold my mouth around you little fucking poopies.
I'm gonna cast I'm gonna. Will you help me once in a while, you rotten little critters? And I'm gonna cast bugs in his face.
What was the
It's
saving
a con
throw?
save.
Con?
If I recall, they have not yet.
They
done
not yet
anything.
helped.
Oh,
Once in the first game it did, but that was it.
Well, Paul, I rolled a natural 19.
God damn it! I gotta switch these cantrips. They suck.
Oh, you just need
Someday.
different bugs.
Now, most monsters have a high con.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's
It wouldn't have helped. I've rolled, since you started this campaign, I've rolled 20, 20,
It's always
20,
been
19.
natural numbers. It's never
Yeah.
been. Shit. I can't move because that would be an opportunity attack. I cower like a little kid and cry.
Seems fair. Mary, can you save a
Hi,
little kid?
fish.
I can shoot him again and kill him, and that'll
The
save
kid?
the
Little kid?
No, the
Shoot
Yeah.
the hostage.
Shoot the hostage.
misery.
You can't
I
have
want to shoot the
Trust me,
lizard
kid, this
thingy.
is a mercy.
Seems great. 18.
That'll hit it.
Fantastic.
That
Damn, bro.
Actually,
That's an 11 damage.
That will strike it solidly.
It's a normal attack.
If I did have
Imagine if
any
she had
move,
sharpshooter.
Yeah.
if I didn't have any move, I'd try to like get under the seat of the wagon if I can.
You
Or
can
something
try,
to get
but
any cover.
It might not give a shit.
Fair enough.
You
Yeah.
might remove the seat.
That's me.
Alright. After Miss Mary is Mr. Jedediah.
Alright, I want to hop off my panicked horse.
Yep. You're 40 feet away at this point, the horse is.
So I'm going to move up within 30 feet,
Mhm.
draw my revolver, drop the shotgun in the dirt,
Yep.
and shoot it with the revolver.
Okay, seems good.
Your shotgun is dropped in the mud a lot.
That's its job.
Yeah.
Hit it with the rock! Cocked.
Always not very supposed to.
16.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson hits.
I hit Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Don't do that!
No!
He arches his eyebrow at you.
Oh God! I can
Piece of
smell
shit.
what he's cooking.
Yeah, you can see the people's eyes.
And I do 7 points of damage.
Okay, that's a big hit, but it's still up.
Yeah, that's my whole turn.
Alright. Levi.
My fault. Next time I do that, make sure it stays on me. I approach it this time. Can I get to it?
You can.
Cool. Alright, I'll just straight up attack. Crit.
What'd you hit it with?
My saber.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Drive a
ICBM.
cavalry saber into its butt.
Yep. I flank attack it for 13.
Jesus Christ!
13 piercing.
You cut into it, it screeches, blood's pouring everywhere at this point. It seems to be panicking a little bit.
Got your attention now, BC.
Doc, do you have what it takes?
We'll find out. Shoot it with a sharpshooter.
No.
Oh,
That was a
no.
natural one.
Gun jams.
Yeah.
Jam gun.
The shell sticks.
Oh dear.
It's cold up here. Metal sticks.
I clear it.
The bullet's like,
I'm not
coming out. It's too cold.
Temperance, do you have what it takes?
I hope so.
That makes me mad.
Probably not.
I don't feel like blasting
anyone.
Ah, God damn it,
I
Temperance.
got
Wank.
the bullets from Roger Rabbit that don't actually do anything.
And
Eddie Valiant.
I move up towards the wagon. I start pulling Gideon out of it.
Okay, you start tugging Gideon. This creature
Hey.
has choices.
Milton's in there too, right?
Milton's in there too.
Cowering like a little bitch, I'm assuming.
Not
We're gonna
getting
go.
tugged.
If it helps, I'll slam against you. Come on! Come on!
We're gonna go Claw on Gideon and Stinger on Temperance.
Can I? I'm gonna portent that claw.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 9, but it's less than
Total
50%.
is 16.
Yeah, that fucking hits me. I knew
Oh.
it. I knew
And the
that, but
Stinger
fuck me.
on Miss Temperance is a total of 17.
Ooh, ow.
Alright. Let's start with the Claw. The Claw's not so bad, right?
The
claw.
It's the
The
first
claw.
of the D8s. There we go. 11 plus 15 slashing damage
I'm
from the
dead.
Claw.
Oh.
Dead or just unconscious?
Wow, unconscious. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Dead enough.
This
Dead enough.
Temperance.
You guys can be rid of me. This might be your chance.
Good job, Wyvern. We have finally defeated the child.
9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at those.
Are you?
Do you have
So good
do
at
you have
those.
uncanny dodge yet?
That's the
We're only second
or
level.
4.
Fifth.
Close.
Jesus.
That is a 15.
You made the saving throw, so you can half this damage.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll this 7 times.
What?
3,
God.
6,
Yeah, don't get stung by these things.
10, 16, 17,
This is why I wanted you guys to have a stand on me.
22. Halved is 11 points of poison damage.
Okay, I'm down too.
Well, shucks.
Let the tank
Hit
tank.
on me.
Well, buttholes.
Jesus wet.
Please kill it.
Gideon, death saving throw if you would play.
I'd be delighted.
Would you?
I'll use my 9. No, I'm just kidding.
Mm.
I rolled a 9!
It was meant to be.
Strike 1.
One fail.
Miss Mary.
I'm gonna shoot it again because that seems like the thing to do. 7 plus 8 is 15.
That'll hit.
Right in the chest. 5 damage.
Fantastic.
Noted. Anything else?
I'm gonna start moving towards the cart, but staying the fuck away from him.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Jed Adiah.
I'm going to stand where I am and shoot this monster.
Yeah.
Rude. What did it ever do to you? Nothing.
Killed a few of my friends and my favorite hooker. That is a 15.
Strike. Yes. Good.
Yes.
All of the above.
Wonderful.
6 points of damage.
Okay. Still up.
I'm staying exactly 30 feet away from him.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Levi Williams.
Go do that voodoo that you do so well.
You're going for the shield up. You're going for the little meat. Come on, go for the main course. Yeah, lay on hands, Temperance.
All right. For how many points?
1.
Woo!
All right.
And then I'll just try to maneuver this thing around to get its head away from her at least, so it's not looking at her.
Just piss it off.
Just like
For funsies, give me an animal handling check.
15.
It's pretty good, actually. All right.
So I harass it enough to get it turned around.
It
Anyway.
appears to be suitably harassed. Doc, what do you have?
Bullets.
How many do you have?
Sadly, only one attack.
Depends if he rolls a 1 again or not.
Yeah.
I will shoot it, not sharpshooter.
Okay.
That's a 17.
That's a big hit. Sharpshooter would have made that a miss.
That is 6 points of piercing.
You can describe it if you like.
Lovely.
Yeah.
All right, 6 really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was off to the side of the cart, so we'll say that Levi turned it when he got its attention and turned it towards me, and you pissing it off got it to rear up, and as it reared up, I'm just gonna try to shoot it like right up under the throat, like throat area, up under the jaw somewhere.
Yeah, you get like a nice little soft, fleshy bit in the,
I do
the
the-
pouch of the throat.
That is it. It's daytime, right, or is it nighttime?
At this point, it is sort of like an overcast late morning.
Cool. So it's gonna be like definitely like kind of wipe the rain out of my brow, pull the gun up, and take an extra second to aim, which is why I'm not using the sharpshooter.
We get this slow-mo where it turns to sepia, and you're just like,
Yeah, then you get bullet time, John Woo style.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh no, we're off the
We get to watch you wince when the kick of the rifle hits your shoulder.
And then the Mortal Kombat X-ray
The
of the
camera
skull.
goes back, yep.
Excessive. All right. Yeah, that's what I do.
Awesome.
And it goes pivoting and wheeling down off of the top of the wagon and tumbles into the dirt with a big rumble. I had to find music that is more appropriate for the
Chill.
thing that we're doing.
If there's time, I will see to Gideon as well.
Yep, if you want to lay on hands, it's another 1 point.
Yeah, I'll just get him. One boy. All right. 1 hit point.
I had
Holy hell.
I had the worst dream.
Jesus and Mary Chain.
I had-
I've never seen anything like
I
that
had-
before.
There were winged creatures of light and winged creatures of dark, and they were fighting, and there were all these people in the middle. But the dark and the light didn't care, and they just fought and fought and fought.
Did that thing have peyote claws? Like what?
Peyote claws?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
That's a
like
band
the
name.
best Christmas ever when Peyote Claus visits.
So something I should have gone over beforehand. When I am engaging as a distraction, as I do love to be the center of attention, make sure it stays on me before you do any rash moves.
How do we do that?
Wait until it's expending its energy upon me, and then fire upon it.
Okay. I will.
Okay.
And Levi just looks at everybody. We're going to survive out here, especially with the creatures in these here parts. You need to trust those in the know. He looks at you, Mary. You send a handsome, clanky fellow over there like me. Make sure I have it pinned. We don't know how many of these things are out here. Now, is anybody else hurt? You're looking well. You're looking alive. He looks at the stinger. Looks at where it hit you. We see a wound. How are you feeling?
I feel like I've been died and born again, and not in the good way, Mr. Williams.
Any kind of nausea? Ill feeling?
Quite a bit.
Does she look poisoned?
Be a medicine check.
16.
You will cast your spell if that was your preference.
I don't have it memorized today. It's hard, bud.
With a 16, it does not appear that she's poisoned.
Alright. You start vomiting, you let me know.
Did you give me the one or the?
Give you one.
You just give me one.
If I start vomiting, Mr. Williams, you will know.
He doesn't respond to that. Shall we move on?
I'm gonna go up to
Perhaps explore
the
this thing's
creature
shape.
and see if I recognize it.
You do. Now that it's up close and personal, this is a wyvern. It's a thing that you've encountered once or twice in the past. They're incredibly dangerous creatures that should be avoided at all costs.
Unlike just now. I'd actually like to take its stinger.
You may.
Slice it off. And I will... I'm going to go explore its cave.
You can give me a religion check.
Alright, 15.
It does speak to you in a certain way. Not vocally, obviously, but
Cool.
something about it calls to the way that you operate.
Alright. I'm going to explore the cave, make sure it's safe. I'll be right back.